Alright guys, it's an annoying Minecraft 12-year-old here, and today I'm going to be doing a tour of my hardcore world. I'm actually still alive in this specific hardcore world, and because of that, I have decided to make a copy of this world. As you can see here, this is the actual hardcore world. This is a copy. You can see it says here. Now, the world is called Hi YouTube because I originally decided to do this because I wanted to make a YouTube series on it. But then I realized I'm kind of crap at making YouTube videos, and starting off with a hardcore series might not be good since it's something people are supposed to get invested in. I don't want them to get invested in garbage content. Alright, to do this properly, first of all, yeah, I have my survival inventory here from what I was doing previously, but yeah. To do this properly, dun, 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 there it is, that's my base. Now I'm gonna start this tour with my main house, and I'll cover all of these things later. But we get into my house, and the first thing you see is that it has an emerald door frame. Because why not? And I also have these armor stands. Each of them has a full set of diamond armor. It's not really that great because like these it's just like enchanted diamond armor, but like the enchantments on them are pretty trash. I just picked the first level 1 enchant of the lot, except these pants. Not these pants. I think it's the other pants. Yeah. These pants have prop 4. So if I ever need extra prop 4 pants, I have those. You can see that like this whole area here is like kind of like where I dump all of my stuff whenever I'm done with something. And you can see like these chests are super duper cluttered. And you'll find that I generally don't have a lot of organization going on. Yeah. Look, you can find a lot of things here. Going into this room, you can see this is where I would oftentimes drop off my inventory after going to the nether or doing a raid. So you can see stuff from both of those things here, and also some mining things, because I do a lot of mining. That is one thing that has never changed. I do love my mining. You can see all these oak stairs here. These, I have no idea why I have so many oak stairs, honestly. They would be a lot more useful as planks. As you can see here, it's a jukebox, and I'm pretty sure that if I were to like pop out, yeah, I have cat in there. I actually built this jukebox in response to finding CD cat in a chest in a spider spawner. And it's my favorite CD, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use that. So this is just gonna be playing in the background while I go down this sneaky little ladder here. And this is my like treasure room. And like right now it just has the dragon egg and like stuff like that. It's, you know, pretty basic. But these chests are also going to be filled with totems. Like all of these are going to be filled with totems eventually. Also, I just want to take the time right now to stop and say that and talk about all of this. These aren't perfect. My armor lacks thorns, you know. My sword, this is a perfect sword right here. This can't possibly get any better. This bow is about as good as I could have gotten it without making the repairing costs absurd. And yeah, these things are pretty much maxed out. Now, they all are mending, except for this. This just has basic enchantments. You can see I have 2 different pickaxes I use, each mending. Fortune and Silk Touch. Both are very good to have, and you can also see by my inventory that I was in the process of building my automatic pumpkin and melon farm, which I will get to, because I'm actually getting except it's black. Thorns, except this. This is thorns. And I also have my totem here. I also have these 2 shulker boxes. Right now they're filled with supplies. And chicken wings. My elytra. And you'd assume that this netherite sword here, well, now you don't assume it because you've seen the name, but you would assume at first this just has some random throwaway enchantments and I'm just doing it to flex. No, I actually use this. This is just, you know, the Dragon Slayer. Except... oh. I disappeared it. But yeah, it has Smite. So it's good for killing women. Smite 5, even. And you can go in here and see... the Enderman really messed up my pumpkins there, but yeah. Like, this is where I stored a lot of food and things until it just became another messy dump. Like this, just another area where I can make. And this is my furnace room. So you've got 4 auto furnaces. And also I just dumped my inventory here after a raid at some point. And this is just like my unorganized chest full of mostly mining stuff. And like, this is my lapis chest. I don't remember making this, my wood chest, but whatever. You can see coal here, you can see these diamonds, I don't have all that many. This is like my stone that I've almost depleted my supplies of. This is normally my cobblestone chest, but it's empty. And this is my emerald chest. I really don't have all that many emeralds right now, but I'm creating things so that I can get a bunch more in the future. I'll go up here, you see like, most of these chests are unused. This one's just a few miscellaneous items, but this is my enchanting room. Yeah, it's nice. And over in this room, this is just where I like to store all of my, like, useless things, like blocks and stuff. It's mostly just, like, dirt and gravel. I think that's it for the house. Yeah, you can see, like, this is probably the best build, like, in terms of, like, a house to stay. This is probably the best one I've made. I really need to get rid of those in the actual world. This is probably the best one I've made on a hardcore world. I also forgot to replace these, didn't I? I'll do that at some point in the future. Yeah. I do like this house quite a bit. It's quite nice. And this is my incomplete auto farm. Yeah, it's big. It also really does not do good things to my frame rate. You can see, like, the kind of, like, staircase I've made up. It's not exactly practical, I just like it. I don't know. I'll take it down by the time I'm done building it. And this is my actually completed automatic sugarcane farm. This was my first time ever building an auto farm, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know how much these things produce, so I'm gonna go big. And big I went. And same principle applies for this. But yeah. Also, you can see while we're at it, this is my netherwort farm. It's kind of sad, but you don't really need a lot of netherwort. This is my cow farm. It's very humane, trust me. And this is my sheep farm. I mostly just used them when I went mining for netherite. But yeah, this house is for someone very special. See, it's a librarian who sells me mending. It took me quite a while to get a librarian that sold me mending, and when I did, I had to make sure he was safe and happy. So I built him this little house. Yeah, it's pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Now, this is the villager breeder. This is purely functional and not at all meant to look even half decent. You can see I just made this with whatever I had on hand, but there's 2 floors right now. A librarian floor at the bottom where I can buy enchantments, and a farmer floor where I can sell melons and pumpkins and sometimes even like carrots and potatoes. Yeah, I just kind of built this with whatever blocks I had around. It's really not meant to look good. And this is my farming tower, my original farm for everything. You see, like, I even have like chests with like hoppers and stuff for me to harvest things on floors, because by the time I built these, I didn't have melons or pumpkins, so those floors were unused. And the sugarcane floor has been unused since, you know, this. But yeah, this was one of the first things I started working on, and I haven't really made all that many changes to it as time has gone on, besides just adding new things I've found. Like, it's been like this since pretty much the beginning. This is definitely like the culmination of all of the farms I've built in any hardcore world. You see, like, it's got 5 floors. Each floor grows something different, and each is absolutely massive. I don't harvest all that often, but when I do, I get a huge amount of stuff. It's crazy. And again, like, it's sort of like the culmination of all the farms I've built, because every time I go bigger with my farms. And that this is the biggest I've gone yet, and the most practical too. You can see, like, the Endermen have kind of destroyed this place. Like, honestly, like, I still really need to, like, light up the surrounding area so that Endermen can't spawn and steal things from me and just ruin everything. Yeah, like, this is the sugarcane floor. I don't use it anymore, but I used to. This is the pumpkin floor. See water everywhere from where the Enderman decided to steal blocks. And like, I haven't actually gotten any use out of my automatic farms yet, so all of the most of the emeralds I've made in this world have been from this. Like the top 2 layers of that farm. I'm gonna go sleep away the night because I can. Anyway, before I do anything else, I just want to address, like, this land. Because this land didn't initially look like this. I actually decided pretty quickly after loading into this world that I didn't like the hilliness of this landscape, so I decided I was going to flatten it out a bit. And wow, it took way longer than I thought, because I thought this was going to be like a 1-2 hour project, but it ended up being like 6 hours of work. And I ended up needing like 8 diamond shovels. It's crazy. It was honestly at that point that I decided this wasn't worth making a series out of, because, like, what was I gonna do? Like, I could subject everyone to, like, hours of just me doing this, just like me mining dirt to make the landscape look prettier, or I could just cut out 6 hours of work. Like, there's no good answer here. Oh boy, I am glad I am not playing the real world, because this thing is a problem. Anyway, this village. This is the village that I stayed in at the start, and this village supplied. You can even see, like, these chests left over from when I was staying in this house, but yeah. This village supplied all of the villagers for my villager breeder and stuff like that. A lot of the villagers are dead now. The other ones are in the breeder. There are no villagers left in this town. There was even one who was, like, just chilling down here for the longest time, and I'll explain what I did to him later. But, yeah. This is a ghost town. No one lives here anymore. That's all you really need to know. This is where I go to fight raids. I have another portal here because I can't, like, it's close to my base, but I can't warp to my base with the bad omen effect. Because I don't want to start a raid in my base. You can see here, like, honestly, there was initially a lot more stuff here, but I found out the less stuff I had, the better. Like, I'm probably going to tear down this eventually as well, because, like, the Vex are really annoying in tight spaces, and, like, this wall keeps me safe from everything else. Like, the pillagers don't do a lot of damage, and everything else is like, kept out by this wall. And you can see, like, this little pool of water over here. Yeah. This is an emergency escape. If I ever need if I ever need to resupply, or if I feel like I'm gonna die, I just go down this little tunnel, and it brings me all the way back to my base. Yeah, I don't need it. I actually used this tunnel quite a bit in the first raid I ever did. Because, like, I was not prepared for the Vex. They are strong, they do lots of damage. And they will murder you. Yeah. This is my beacon, and it's why I don't have all that many emeralds. Just because I use them all on this. This glorious, glorious beacon. Funny thing about this beacon, this was my New Year's celebration. Like, because I'm obviously, you know, not old enough to, like, drink alcohol or anything. Like, so when the clock struck midnight and the new year started, I was here. And I placed a beacon. And I even have a recording of the whole thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2021! Let's go! But yeah. No, this beacon is epic. Like, but yeah, no. As soon as the clock struck midnight, I placed this beacon, and I like to think this beacon is giving its buffs to the year of 2021. Like, ain't no other year gonna have this helping it along. Like, 2021 is gonna be a good year, and it all started with this. Anyway, yeah, this is sort of like my nether hub. You can see, like, if I go through this tunnel here, this portal takes me out to my raid fighting area. Whereas, like, if I go down here, this takes me to the nether fortress that I found and used to grind the wither. And yeah, this area takes me down to where I would go netherite mining. And I can even show you, like, my netherite mine. Like, my netherite mine is kind of like down here, and yeah, it's very fiery, much explosions. Yeah, it's just like any normal netherite mine. So you may have noticed when I was touring my camp earlier that I never showed my mine. Like, it's just this little, like, polished diorite hut that I never showed off. Yeah, this is the mine. It's like, I have my mine chests here, and this was lava. Just all of it was lava. And yeah, like, this one's a lot more organized than some of my previous worlds. I have 3 main paths branching off from the original room, and each of those paths has more paths branching off from it wherever I feel like. Outro.